2020 sucks. I know, an unprecedented statement, right? This year has probably been the worst in a lot of our lifetimes when it comes to, losing a sense of normalcy and everything that we once took for granted. While you may feel cabin fever during quarantine or your face is irritated by the mask, one problem is becoming especially pronounced, and that's the issue of mental health. That's why we here at Galactic Dinosaur are throwing on our lab coats once again for another episode of Gaming Psychology to let you know how video games could actually be a key to improving your mental health. You've heard the baseless arguments over and over again. Video games are harmful, they cause violence, yada yada yada. While those studies continue to yield underwhelming, speculative correlations, there is some research that's gaining a lot of traction, and that's looking into video games and their connection with flourishing mental health. It's based off of the usage of Seligman's PERMA positive psychology model that's broken up into 5 categories: positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. All of these components play a role in flourishing mental health. Let's start with positive emotion. Although many have experienced how video games can make us all so happy, we all have been a victim of the blue shell.
Cappuccino! Cappuccino tava no fim, velho!
In those moments, it's even hard to fathom how video games can be even a relatively pleasant experience. Outside of those rage-worthy moments, though, research has determined that gameplay can actually be a means of relaxation and stress reduction, with a caveat. A moderating factor, something that changes how the results go, is how much you play. People who don't play enough or way too much may not experience the same amount of positive emotion, however they will still experience more than the group who never plays. Low amounts of gaming was defined as 1 to 6 hours per week, moderate being 7 to 10, and excessive being more than 10. And that sounds pretty low for people who are actually in the gaming community. We're like, well, I guess we're all excessive gamers. But although excessive gamers didn't see some of the benefits that the moderate gamers experienced, it was still non-gamers who suffered worse in areas of somatic symptoms, anxiety, and insomnia. Video games can be used for emotional regulation, relaxation, to forget problems, or to feel less lonely, according to a bunch of research by Kuttner and Olson. Moving on to the E part of PERMA, engagement. Engaging with a task and feeling complete immersion is actually linked with overall happiness in the world of positive psychology. It's this huge component called flow. And basically, flow is defined as the mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. Video games have a lot of key potential for the achievement of flow because you can just adjust the difficulty settings to meet the demand of players. Flow demands that the task is not too hard or too easy, but just enough of a challenge to lock the person in mentally. Have you ever been even playing video games or doing a normal task where you're just kind of in the zone, you don't even realize how much time is flying by, but you're just locked in, cruising through the task? That's kind of the best way to describe flow. So, if you're trying to achieve flow in video games, Dark Souls may not be your best candidate.
I think I just had a stroke. I am so sick of this shit! No!
But go on ahead. But here's a huge word that plays a massive role in the therapeutic factors of gaming, and that is absorption dissociation. Basically refers to your dissociative identification that some gamers have with characters, like how you feel connected with Arthur as you ride through the outlands of the Wild West, or connected to even your horse when, they kill him off at the end of Red Dead.
Come on! Push, Arthur! Thank you. Arthur!
But anyway, this component is huge in terms of productivity and productive positive well-being from games. Moving on to the R in PERMA, we got relationships, something I'll never get the more games I play. Relationships are a gimme category for gamers. Some of us have met our best friends online, love to see their name pop up in the party chat when we play. Relationships we build through games have a lasting effect on us when we power off the console as well. Moving on to the M in PERMA, we have meaning, which falls into a similar category as well. Whether you're grinding toward an achievement or just trying to clutch up for your teammates, a sense of purpose is a key factor towards your positive mental health. And if you want to find out how to not choke and clutch up more for your teammates, make sure to watch episode 1 of Gaming Psychology. Choking Under Pressure, link is in the description. Moving on to the final letter, we got A in PERMA. That's going to stand for accomplishment. Positive feedback is huge, whether it's in our everyday life or even in games. When we accomplish things in games, we can receive a bunch of different forms of this, whether it's in the form of XP, a trophy popping up in your corner, or even just some hype from your friends. We have a self-determined need for competence, autonomy, and relatedness, and video games can really provide these feelings. And there you have it. In 2020, a time of isolation, a time of degrading mental health, and a whole lot of stress, make sure you take some time this quarantine to hop in a game, practice some flow, and have some fun, all while improving your mental health at the same time. Big shout out to all of the researchers, all the article writers that I went through. All of those articles are going to be in the description in case you want to check out some of those on a deeper level. This has been a Galactic Dinosaur episode of Game and Psychology, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.